Welcome back to my YouTube channel, babes. And I know I said that I was going to be more consistent with my YouTube channel. So I'm going to do my skincare and kind of catch y'all up, a little life update on what's going on with me. So I don't remember if I told y'all in the last video, but I know I had talked about me being laid off and then me making or coming back, working back with the company that laid me off. They are now my client. So I don't know if I mentioned that I was also teaching at a private school, high school, part-time. So we are officially on summer break. So I am able to have really, really, really slow mornings. It is 10:50 right now. I just came in from a 4-mile run after dropping my son off to football camp. So yeah, I went from not having being laid off to being like abundantly blessed, like with my job opportunities. And I'm using the Fenty Skin, the Cherry Dub. I really love this to like wash my face with. But since we're out of school, in terms of like teaching, which I'm gonna start teaching next week, summer school, but I'll only be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays from like 7 to 12. So I'm still working on developing the curriculum with the company that is now my client that I was laid off from. But I work for me, so I'm able to work whatever time I feel like working, as long as I have, their deliverables, because I ultimately work for me. And update, clock it. I also got a contract with a university. So I am an instructional designer and instructional technologist for them. So I'm a part of a team where I go in and assist with building out courses. So the courses that the students take, I go in and assist with building those out. Ultimately, in short, that's what I do. So I technically have 3 jobs now, along with me deciding to do content creation as well. And I made a TikTok video a while back, and I said that there is a lot of money in education, if you know how to position yourself. For so long, we've heard about, teachers being underpaid, which they absolutely are. Teachers should absolutely be making more money. However, there are ways to get a degree in education and make a lot of money if you position yourself properly. So I didn't expect that video to go viral on TikTok, and it did. So if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to pin it to my page so you'll be able to see it. But I got a lot of feedback about a lot of women chiming in and talking about how they make a lot of money in education. I'll pause that. All right, so I needed to rinse that off. I just typically use like a little white rag, like when I'm drying my face. But okay, so I made the video on TikTok about being in the field of education and how people think because you have an education degree that you don't make a lot of money. Fenty fat water, which I got to get some more, I'm almost out. But that's simply not true. I think with education, if you stick strictly to just teaching at one school, one grade level, then you are limiting yourself in terms of like how you can make money in education. But if you take your skills as an educator and you leverage those skills, you can move around. You can move schools, you can move grade levels, you can switch subject areas that you teach, you can go outside of the classroom, and if you want to remain at the school, you can be working admin. So you can do principal, AP, dean, chair. They have so many different positions, counselor, all of that inside of the school. And if you want to take it a step further, you can work on the tech side of education. And a lot of teachers don't think about it. But when you're looking to get outside of the classroom, you have to position yourself as more than just a teacher. But when you think about teaching from a classroom perspective, you do more than just teach. You are managing a classroom. You're managing that curriculum. You're managing the materials. You're managing your students. That is project management. You are a project manager when you're in that classroom. There's nobody in that classroom telling you what to do step by step by step. You have your curriculum, and you take that and you create lesson plans based on that. Not only that, you're navigating the various teaching styles, the various learning styles. So you're catering to your students while managing the classroom. That's project management. Think about it from a tech perspective. Most schools now use a learning management system where this houses your curriculum, this houses your materials that you're going to teach, and this houses your lesson. All students now have a laptop that they use in the classroom. So that learning management system that you're using on the front facing side as the teacher, you have knowledge of how to navigate an LMS. You can take those same skills that you use on the front facing side of that LMS and move to the back side. This is where you start to build those courses, build those correct curriculums, develop those curriculums, design them. You have the skills. You will be trained on how to use a learning management system from the back side of things. But I think you have a very unique position as a teacher when you use Chanel serum. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm trying to multitask at one time. So I'm doing my skincare and talking to y'all. So bear with me. But you have those skills with using the learning management system. So you can learn how to use it on the back end. I'm pretty self-taught when it comes to using the LMS system. I did take a couple of training classes that were offered on the job, but for the most part, I taught myself how to use it on the back end of things. And when you think about developing curriculums, you guys use the curriculum that's given to you by your district. You have to make little tweaks and changes to it in order to create your lesson plans. That's curriculum developing. You can develop curriculums on the back side of things. That's another way. You're a teacher. If you're looking to get outside of the classroom and move into like the corporate and nonprofit space like I did, you can become a training specialist. If you can teach students, you can train employees. You can train external partners. You can train stakeholders. It's the same thing, but you don't want to position yourself as a teacher only. The thing with corporate and nonprofits, teacher language doesn't mean anything to them. So outside of the classroom, you're not a teacher. You are a trainer. You are a curriculum developer. You are an instructional technologist. You are an instructional designer. All of these skills that you have from the classroom, you have to take them and leverage them when you're looking to get outside of the classroom. And I think that's where a lot of teachers get hung up. I'm using the Fenty moisturizer with the SPF, the sunscreen. I absolutely love this stuff, y'all. So this is what I put on next. And then I mix it with the Chanel Hydra Beauty Micro Cream. So I go in and I add some of this at the same time on my skin and my neck. And then I rub it in. But you cannot just position yourself as a teacher. Like when you're looking to get outside of the classroom, there's so much you can do. I even saw somebody comment that they're an education researcher. And I can imagine like how fun that is. And most of the jobs like this, in terms of like ed tech, on the ed tech side of things, you will be working from home. I do all of my jobs at home, y'all. I do not have to leave my house to make money. I have a very flexible schedule. As you can see, it's 11 o'clock. I haven't even checked my emails today. I haven't done anything related to work. I've had a really, really, really slow morning. So, as an educator, if you're looking to get outside of the classroom, you need to revamp your resume. You need to have a resume for the classroom, and then you need to have a resume if you're looking to go into the corporate space or if you're looking to go into the entrepreneur space. I'm sorry, the nonprofit space. Now, you can even take it a step further and become an entrepreneur like me. So, yes, I do teach for a school. I'm probably going to always teach at some capacity. But I'm also an entrepreneur. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the company that I was laid off from are now my client. So I work for me, but I'm putting together their curriculum and their training courses and designing their curriculums. They're going to be acquiring an LMS system, and they're going to need somebody to take that same curriculum, those same courses, and put it into an LMS system. Guess who they're going to call for that down the road? More than likely, me. I'm the one who developed the curriculum and put the pieces together. And when I worked for them, I used to manage the LMS system. So more than likely, they're going to call me and ask me to put those courses inside of their learning management system to scale it, to be able to reach more clients, to be able to for them to monetize their courses and offer it like as a brand package for the company. And you know how much that's going to cost them to have me do that? Do you know how time consuming it is? It's time consuming. Do you know how tedious it is? And it's fine. Guess what? I'm going to charge a lot of money for them to do that. That's going to be a major contract for me. And I'm knocking on wood, I'm speaking it into existence. But I'm going to make a lot of money doing that. So I'm thinking what I want to do with my business is reach out to more like nonprofit, specifically like nonprofit organizations that work with the urban population and, you know, children and women and Black people. So that's my plan, to reach out to more nonprofits and see if I can pitch my business to them, where I can go in and like assess their trainings and their curriculums that they're using, and their courses, and see if I can get contracts like that. So me being laid off actually really turned into something that I never thought it would turn into. I never thought I would be the company that I got laid off from. They would now be my client, and I would now be at a space where I'm more comfortable now, and I want to start to pitch myself to other nonprofits and my services, and offer packages that are worth a lot of money. So I'm not working for pennies, y'all. Like, I'm making a lot of money with these contracts. And then me being in higher education, I taught at the college level. I started teaching at the college level in 2019. So I was 32 years old. I'm 39 now. So I have 7 years of teaching in higher education, which has allowed me to extend myself outside of the classroom in the higher education sector as well, because I am the instructional designer for a university. So I just took those same skills that I used in the college classroom, revamped my resume, and positioned myself to be able to get this type of position. So me working for the nonprofit, me being in the classroom, me tutoring. I used to tutor. I've done so much, y'all. I've been in education for 15 years. So me taking all of the skills that I've learned over the course of 15 years and building my own brand is coming back, and it's serving me, and I am so happy. Y'all know I went to get my CNA license after I got laid off. I'm just like, I gotta make some money. I need to figure out what I need to do. I gotta keep things afloat. I gotta pay these bills. I got a child to take care of. But I really realized that I don't like nursing. Like, I knew that, but I was like, maybe I just thought I was young and I didn't want to do it. But I really don't like nursing. Like, education is absolutely for me. So I'm going to stay in education. And I just wanted to make this video and talk to y'all and just kind of update y'all on where I am in terms of like life. And oh, you know something else? I wanted to talk to y'all and tell y'all. I was, and this is kind of putting y'all in my business, but I was in, I don't know, I guess you can call it whatever. I was dating this guy. And I really believe that that guy was scaring my money off. Sometimes you can be in a company of a guy, of a man, and he's blocking your blessings. He's running your money off. I really believe that, because the minute I got rid of him, life just did a 180. And I'm not necessarily doing nothing different than what I was doing before. I've always been a hustler. I've always made money. I've always had multiple sources of income. And I'm just like, why is all this stuff happening to me like this at once? And so I've learned too that things were not happening to me. They were happening for me, to like position me and align me. And I realized that I needed to get him out of my energy space, because his energy was blocking my blessings. And the moment I cleared him away from my space and got him out of my energy, I've been flourishing. So if you got somebody in your space as a woman, you got a man in your space, and you know something's not right, you know, get him out of your space. Get him out of your energy field, because he could be blocking your blessing. Like, his karma, you could be inviting his karma into your life and into your universe, and it's stopping you from receiving the blessings that you need to receive. It's stopping you from being able to grab onto those opportunities. It's stopping you from being able to think clearly and get creative and work on a plan and build your brand. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I said it before, like year 39, which I'm almost 6 months into year 39, and I'm having a ball. It is completely man-free. I don't want no man. I don't go on dates. I don't talk to men on the phone. I don't do any of that. And I must say, I am extremely happy. I am having a great time. Here I am on a Tuesday. It's 11:10, and I'm sitting up here moving slow, living life on my terms. So I know I've been yapping and blabbing and blabbing and yapping, but I just wanted to give y'all a life update. I'm gonna finish like doing a little like eyeliner and lip gloss and stuff, and do my eyebrows, because I gotta go get I'm getting a skincare consultation today, because I want to get like facial, maybe like some micro needling, and then I want to do like Botox. So I got a consultation today later on. So I'm gonna get off of here. I got some emails to check. I got a little bit of work that I need to do for myself. So I'm gonna do that, and I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in, babes. Until next time.